Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everybody this morning?
Good.
Here we are in a brand new year with mass confusion. Don't know why. By the way, being first, we're still in January. How many of you made New Year's resolutions? How many of you? Come on. Chickens, aren't you? You know why? You'd already broke them. I'll tell you, I have a suggestion though. I would resolve, and I suggest each of you, to adopt an attitude of gratitude. It's called be thankful for the little things we have, as well as the big things. Because sometimes it's those little things that mean the absolute most. Be thankful for the smile of the person that you're passing. For a little bird sitting on your windowsill, letting you know the spring finally got here, but he's got to go back to Florida anyhow. Little things make a big difference. And by the way, it's nice to be back here. Thank you, Sherry, for reinviting me. I always find pleasure in speaking to groups regardless of where, when, or how. And for a long time, I always thought that I had to stay close to the Dale and service the churches that I was involved with there. And I says, you know what? Somebody keeps saying, why don't you go here, or why don't you go there? So now I go. And I enjoy it because look at the wonderful people who are here today. Each of you on your own journey. Each of you with a path that only you will follow. But look at those who are walking along beside you. They each on their own path. It's a wonderful thing. And it gives rise to the thought that, if we all go our paths with love and kindness, we're going to make the world a whole lot better. I think I told you before that there's a few things that I always try to incorporate anytime I lecture. First one is, I hope I can make you smile, or even laugh at some point, because I don't care. Laughter is probably the best medicine. At least Reader's Digest has been saying it for 197 years. And a smile really increases your face value. Think about it. For that matter, I had to give somebody a message from a gentleman as I was pulling into the parking lot this morning. He's still here, by the way, here. It's an amazing thing. That little smile will mean so much to you. I know last time I was here, I don't know if I told you, I'm a great one for stories. I love stories. Stories always give us something to work with. So the other night I was digging through a pile of things. I said, well, what am I going to speak about today, or what have you? And first thing I picked up was a sheet of paper that said, my favorite animal. And I'd like to share it with you. Little guy goes to school one morning. The teacher asks us, what your favorite animal was? And I said, fried chicken. She said I wasn't funny. But she couldn't have been right, because everybody else in the class was laughing. My parents always told me to tell the truth and be honest. And I am. Fried chicken is my favorite animal. I told my dad what happened, and he said my teacher was probably a member of that PETA group or something, and said that they love animals very much. I do too, especially chicken and pork and beef. Anyways, my teacher sent me to the principal's office. I told him what happened. He laughed too and told me to go back to my room and don't do it again. The next day in class, my teacher asked me what my favorite live animal was. And I told her it was chicken. She asked me why. She just like she asked everybody else. So I told her it was because you could make them into fried chicken. She sent me back to the principal's office again. He laughed and told me not to do it again and sent me back to my room. Well, I just don't understand my parents taught me to be honest, but my teacher doesn't like it when I am. Today my teacher asked us to tell her what famous person we admired the most. And I told her Colonel Sanders. Guess where the hell I am now? The thing is, everything is of a perspective. And whether it's something a little like that, kids have wonderful perception. And if we could adopt that loving grasping of life that a child has, without questioning, think where we'd be today. If we could love our neighbors the way a child loves all that he's experiencing, hopefully he's experiencing. We all know that some of them are not in the best of places, but nevertheless, they still have that wonderful imagination and grasp of things around them. And with that, if you would, I got a short prayer that I'd like to say that sort of goes along with this. So you bow your heads, please. Dear God, please untie the knots that are in my mind, my heart, and in my life. Remove the have-nots, the can-nots, and the do-nots that I have in my mind. Erase all the will-nots, the may-nots, the might-nots that may find a home in my heart. Release me from the could-nots, the would-nots, and the should-nots that obstruct my life. Most of all, dear God, I ask that you remove from my mind, my heart, and my life all of the am-nots that I have allowed to hold me back, especially the thought, I am not good enough. Amen. It's a simple little thing, yet so many of us feel that we're not good enough. I want you to remember, you're here as an image of God, a part thereof. God don't make junk. And the biggest joy for him would be if you would love yourself as he loves you, unconditionally. That's a good way to start getting the knots out of your life. I go through several things, and one of the greatest things is, let's face it, the internet. It gives us tools that just is unbelievable what you can find. One day I was sort of looking around, and I came upon an article that was written by Regina Brett. She's 90 years old, and she worked for the plane dealer in Cleveland. Now, I think she was still writing articles at age 90. And she writes, to celebrate growing older, I wrote 45 lessons of life that have taught me greatly. Number one, life isn't fair. It's still good. When in doubt, just take the next small step. 3, life is too short to waste hating anyone. 4, your job won't take care of you when you were sick, but your friends and family will. 5, pay off your credit cards every month. It'll save you a lot of money in the long run, I'll tell you. You don't have to win every argument. Agree to disagree. Cry with somebody. It is more healing than crying alone. It's okay to get angry with God. He can take it. Save for your retirement, starting with your first paycheck. Ladies, this is especially for you. Seriously. When it comes to chocolate, resistance is futile. Make peace with yourself, so don't mess up your, make peace with your past, so it doesn't mess up your future. That's probably a very, very important one. It's okay to let your children cry, see you cry, because they then know that you have the feelings that they sometimes have. Don't compare your life with others. You have no idea what their journey is all about. If a relationship has to be secret, you shouldn't be in it. Everything can change in a blink of an eye. Don't worry, God don't blink it. The lady had some wonderful wisdom, and it continues. Take a deep breath. It calms the mind. Think of when you meditate. What do you concentrate on? Your breathing. To bring in the good, release the bad, distress, whatever. Get rid of anything that isn't useful, beautiful, or joyful. Well, we can all do that. Just go to your cellar. Whatever doesn't kill you really does make you stronger. It's never too late to have a happy childhood. The second one is entirely up to you. Burn the candles. Use the nice sheets. Wear the fancy lingerie, ladies. Don't save it for a special occasion, because today is very special. When it comes to going after what you love in life, don't take no for an answer. Over-prepare and then go with the flow. The most important sex organ is the brain. I'm not going there. Just remember, nobody's in charge of your happiness but you. Frame every, and I mean every disaster that you face with these words. In 5 years, will it matter? Think about that for a second. So many days we're faced with things and, oh my God, I have to get through this. guarantee you, if you look at it in 5 years, it won't make a bit of difference. As my father said, 100 years from now, I could care less. Always choose life. Well, that's an important one. So many people want to give up, but our lives are precious. God gave them to us for a reason. Forgive everyone and everything. One of my favorites. What other people think of you is none of your business. That's their problem. Time heals almost everything. Give time a chance. However good or bad a situation, it will change. Just look at the weather. Don't take yourself so serious. Nobody else does. God loves you because of who God is. Not because of anything you did or didn't do. Don't audit life. Show up and make the most of it. Growing old beats the alternative. Dying young. You see too much of that happening these days. And remember, your children only get one childhood. All that truly matters in the end is that you loved. Get outside every day. Miracles are waiting. Everywhere. If we all threw our problems into a pile and saw everyone else's, we'd gladly take ours back. Envy is a waste of time. You already have all that you need. 42, the best is yet to come. 43, no matter how you feel, get up, get dressed, and show up. 44, yield. 45, life isn't tied up with a bow, but it's still a great gift. So remember, friends are the family that we choose ourselves. I found that rather interesting because so many times we try to find something, a miracle answer for ourselves. And if we just look around every day, we have more than ample things for us. We've been blessed with all kinds of things. And if we can just be thankful for those little things, because that's what makes the day go through smoothly. It also gives us joy. And I think if we adopt that attitude of gratitude, that we're going to be a whole lot better off this year. Everything is going to keep changing. God forbid. But it's going to be different. Sometimes I look and I get a little worried. And then I take a step back and say, hey, look, it's going to be what it's going to be. And it will all change. So it makes no great big difference what's going on today, because tomorrow is going to be different. And we can only hope that the sun comes up as usual and it smiles on us as we all hope. And doesn't that sun make you feel better every day when it comes out? Instead of that steel gray sky that's gloomy and doomy and everything else. Don't you really feel better when that sun comes out? The sun's trying to come out today, so we gotta start feeling better. And with that, I'm gonna, so I don't talk too long, I see Sherry looking at her time, so I better Let me leave you with this. May God give you for every storm a rainbow, for every tear a smile, for every care a promise, and a blessing in each trial. For every problem life sends, a faithful friend to share, for every sigh a sweet song, and an answer to each prayer. Thank you very much for listening to me. I hope I might have left you with something you can use.